Hello everyone. Welcome to Gary Mack Studio. Today we're going to work on these mountains some, and I'm going to work on this area some. And I was thinking about putting a lake way down in the bottom of this area right in here, where all of these valleys kind of come together right down in here. I was thinking about putting a lake right in here, and we'll see how that goes. I'll just block one in. If it don't look right, we'll just paint over it. So I'm going to work on this part over here and get some of the shadows and details in the side of this mountain. And as you can see, if you can see, I love to paint mountains, and I love to paint snow scenes, mountains. I've got scores of mountains that I've painted, and I just love mountains. And that's what I love. Anyway, all right, we're going to get started. And hey, you guys, please subscribe to Gary Mack Studio, and don't forget, to those who following me, I am going to start doing a giveaway. So what I want to do is I want to I don't know how I'm going to pick one yet. I may just put everybody's name in the box and draw one out, or I may just pick the one who watches me the most, who comments the most. And I'm going to try and do one of those once a month or once every 2 months, and paint a picture that you send me, and I'll put it on the canvas, I'll wrap it up, and I'll ship it to you. So you guys just stay tuned, keep watching, and we'll see how that works out. I've given away hundreds, and I'm not exaggerating. I've given away hundreds of paintings just to people who enjoy looking at them for no other reason. And I'm really not doing this to make money on it. In a sense, I'm going to do the giveaway anyway. But if I could get enough YouTube hours and people, I'm trying to get enough money to get me some teeth. I had all my teeth were knocked out in a car accident, and it crushed all this side of my face, and I had to go in and reconstruct all these bones in here, and they're so distorted I can't use false teeth, so that I would have to go in and do bone grafts and all that stuff. And I've been that way for most of my life. But if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then I still love giving away my art. I love making people happy, and that's always been me. And as I said, and this is no joke, I have literally given away hundreds of paintings. So there you have it. Let's just go at it and see what happens. Okay, I sped this thing up to cut down on the amount of time, and you can watch and you can see what I'm doing. And to get these mountains in, these highlights are, you just smudge in all the cracks and the crevices wherever I think they need to go. Like I say, as much as I've studied them, every mountain's different, but basically every mountain's the same. It's just different application of where the highlights and the darks go, and the canyons are, and the mountain peaks are. So it's just so much fun to create a mountain, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Is just creating the image of a mountain that that only exists in my imagination. And the beauty of it is I can put my imagination down on a visual where others can share and see what I imagine. So I'm imagining these mountains with these valleys and these peaks and these glaciers and snow. And here in a little bit, I'm going to add a lake right down into the bottom where all of those rivers or whatever you might want to call them come down to the bottom. And I'm going to put a lake in there with a turquoise glow. And I don't know if anybody's ever visited up in those high mountains where those lakes, with lakes in them, and most of them are a turquoise color, beautiful turquoise color. And I just love that. And that's what I'm going to try to portray in this. And even after I get through today, I'm going to be far from finished on the mountains. And as I said on the last video, I'll take this in at night, and I'll sit down in my easy chair, and I'll set it across the room where I can view it, and I'll study it, and I see things that's wrong that I need to change, and I will do that tomorrow. And that's exactly what I did today. Yesterday I took it and I set it down, and I sat in my easy chair and watched some TV, and I'd glance over to this thing once in a while and study it. And I see things I needed to do and things I needed to change. And then actually, I improvise when I get up to the canvas like I'm doing right now. I just improvise and put stuff in that I think would be conducive to the image. And I don't want to get those mountains too busy. I'm going to have to look at that tonight. It looks like in parts of it I've got a little bit too much of the light colors, the snow, the glaciers. And right here I'm painting in that lake, and it don't really show it in the video here, but it is a turquoise, and I will darken that up. I'll make it a darker turquoise. But this is just paint straight out of the tube, and when this dries, I will come in and do some overlay on it and make it a little bit darker. And then I'll put some rocks and stuff around the edges of it, and I think at the end of it down here to the bottom right there, I think I might have a little waterfall that's coming off that and going on down into the stream. But we'll see. This is like I say, this is just something I'm creating in my mind of a place that I think I would like to visit sometime. And I took the ram off of there, and those rams is the lady that sent me the photographs of those rams. I just took and printed them off and then cut them out and so that way I can place them around. And actually I'm going to add 2 more in there, I think. So I think they're going to have 5 total. So we'll see. I may cut out a couple more images of those that she sent me and just not to paint them all the same. They won't be all the same, but that way I can place them around where they would, where I think they would look the best in the composition. And right in these areas right here that I'm working on, I will have Oh, I will have some more darks all along this area, and then coming out of some of these holes in the snow, I'm going to have some brush, some tree, small tree limbs and stuff protruding out from that snow. And then right in this area, I'm going to darken this up into shadows, and on the left and the bottom side of this thing, and then on the right and the top, I'll really have some bright highlights from the glow of the moon. Or to me, it looks like moonlight. So it's just a fun thing to do. I just love doing this. And as I said earlier in the opening of this video, people will look at it and they say, "Oh, that is so pretty," and I said, "You really like it?" And I would just give it to them because if it makes them happy, it makes me happy. And what makes me happy is anyone that would enjoy my work. And as I said, all my life I have not done this for monetary reasons. I did it because it's fun, and I did it because I like to make people happy. I used to go into prisons doing volunteer prison counseling, and I'd go in with my easel and paint, and I'd do illustrations with my paints, and I would tell them, I'd tell these inmates, I said, "Look, guys, here we have a blank canvas. There's nothing on it. It's pure, solid, and what we're going to do, we're going to make something of it. And I'm going to say, look, guys, this is your life right here today. It's a blank canvas. And while you're in this place, don't look at it as a prison. Look at it as an opportunity to get an education and to be something that you thought you never could be. Go to school, because they will teach you. They will teach you just about anything that you want to be. And all you have to do is just don't buck the system. Use it, and learn something, and make something productive in society of yourself. And the return rate in the Texas prisons, and this is the last time I did it, golly, that was in the late 1990s was the last time I went into prisons. I started in 1975 going into prison, and I stopped in actually in about 2005 because I took a job, and they sent me overseas, and they sent me everywhere on this job, all over the country. So I dropped that to pursue this, so that I might make enough money to put in retirement, because I was getting older. And I retired in 2014 from doing that. And I spent a year in Africa. I spent 6 months in St. Croix, in places around all over the country. And I would tell these guys, look, this is your life. And I'd sit there and I'd do one of those kind of Bob Ross paintings. I could do a decent painting in 30 minutes. And some of my paintings are still in some of those units, the Ferguson unit down in Huntsville, and the Gora unit, and the Texas Youth Commission, and just units everywhere. And I would use those my painting as an instruction of, in order to make something beautiful of this, you have to apply it. This is your life. If you're going to make something beautiful of your life, you have to apply it. And I've seen a lot of inmates' lives turn around and apply exactly what I said. Got an education, and went out into society and made something of themselves. And a lot of them went back into prisons to do exactly what I was doing, is to say, look, I spent time in here, and there's a better way, and in that, it makes me a happy man. There was no money involved. I used my own money the whole time. So, guys, I'm going to give away, whether I make any money on it or not. Well, that's not the issue. The issue is I want people to enjoy what I do, and make it part of this. Okay, guys, I want to stop right here, and here's where I'm at on this thing, and I put the stickers back up there and kind of placing them around. I put them in different places to see what they look like. And I'm going to add 2 more. I'm going to have 5 of those in there instead of just the 3. I'm going to have 2 more coming up down lower. And then I'll put in the bushes and stuff, and then I'll do some more to the lake and to the mountains, and probably 2 or 3 more sessions. I should be through with this. All right, love y'all. Please subscribe, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.